Hello, this is Brian. Going to run you through a very simple uh, JavaScript program. What's JavaScript? It's the kind of like machinery behind HTML. If you know what HTML is, uh, it's what most people use to display content on the web. JavaScript makes HTML not reactive, sorry, interactive, and that's basically what it does. Let me put this guy in the corner here. All right, so how do you make? Oops. Oh, 1 second. Let's make this always on top. Okay. So, great. What? Huh. I guess it doesn't like me. Okay. Let's try a new one. Let's see. Format, make plain text. Okay, so. Oh, I see. This guy. I do not want it to float on top. Ah, perfect. Okay, we're good. Alright, so what do we do here? It's, actually, let me check the settings one time. What are the settings for this? Okay. Let's try this. Hi and welcome. This is the first video of probably just 1 or 2 videos on programming in JavaScript that I'm doing. We're going to make like a very simple program. It can barely be called a game, but this is what we do. So here we go. Oops. Okay, so here's your only learn the minimal amount of stuff you need to know to do JavaScript about HTML. So, what is HTML? Again, it's a web page type thing. This is what it looks like. You start things with what were called tags. Everything in the bracket is called a tag. This is called a begin body tag. This is called an end body tag. Basically, the body has to be between the begin and the end. This is the start head, end head tag. This is the start HTML, end HTML tag. It's not terribly difficult to understand. Today, though, we're doing JavaScript, so we need these script tags. Now, within the script tags, you can put what we generally call comments, which is just things that the computer is not going to look at. So what we're going to do here is put a little comment that says JavaScript goes here, and I mean, you can put whatever you want there, like okay, weird characters. Now, try not to put too many weird characters. Some of them actually get you in trouble, but yeah, in general, you can put text there. I'm pretty sure the exclamation mark and part is okay. So, how do you begin on this one? Well, the first thing that you should know is the command for alerting, because it's just universal. It's very annoying to the user, but it gets stuff done, I guess you could say. And I'm going to say alert 2 plus 2. Now, the computer's really smart about this. It does order of operations, and it does notice when things are in parentheses. So what it's going to do is calculate what's inside. Calculate what's inside this parenthesis, and then alert the answer. Okay, so let's see, HTML head script. I'm making sure I didn't make too many mistakes. Okay, so again, oh, by the way, yes, on the Mac this is text edit. You make plain text. On the PC side, you use Notepad. All right, so what I'm going to do is save this crazy thing and save it as episode 1-A, like our first sort of what would you call that? Well, anyway, our first HTML program in episode 1. So let's see, episode 1-a.html. Save, and it'll ask me, do I really want to use HTML? And the answer is, in this case, yes. Alright, so then what? So then you tab over to Firefox. And guess what? I already have it loaded here, but that's because, well, anyway, I already have it loaded here. So we'll press enter. And guess what? It alerts and it says 4. Of course it says 4 because we put 2 plus 2. Okay, where's my mouse? So that's all it does right now. We can make it do math. So just to make it interesting, let's make it 2 plus 200 plus 2 times 40. Know your order of operations, right? It's 2 times 20. That don't matter, but anyway. Order of operations says you do the multiplication first. That's 40 plus 200 plus 2. That should be 242, I think. So let's save this sucker, which I'm using Command Save. On the PC side, it's Control Save. Control S, sorry. Command S and Control S. And I'm going to tab back over to Firefox, press Enter here, and it does display 242. Okay, great. So then what? So the next step is making a game. Okay, so what if I want a random number? Well, without going through the math, I'm going to create a function called R3. R for random, 3 for 1, 2, or 3. So it's going to only have one line of code. And I'm not going to go through the math for this, so don't worry. Or maybe just, not don't worry, but don't expect it. Okay, got it. And there should be a semicolon. Okay. So this returns a number from 1 to 3. Let's put that in comments too. And by number, I mean a whole number. So let's put that too. Okay, so let's test this. I think test. Test. I don't know. Test this. So R3. That's all you have to do. You put R3 and then brackets, parentheses technically. But yeah, R3 in parentheses, and it'll start generating cool stuff. Alright, let's go back, see what it does. Boom, it says 2. Boom, it says 2. Uh-oh. Boom, it says 2. Ah. Nope, now it says 1. Okay, so we weren't just... the software wasn't just, hey, come on, give me a 3. Ah, there we go. Alright, so I'm going through about 20 iterations. There were 1s, 2s, and 3s, and they were about evenly distributed, so I assume it'll be okay. Although it was weird, the first 4 were all 2s, but anyway, whatever. Alright, so I have tested the function. The function really does what I think it does, or at least seems to do what I think it does. So what we're going to do is put a random number in a variable, and answer equals R3. Okay, the problem with this is, oops, why did I put R2? The problem with this is the computer might have a command somewhere down the line called answer. So, just so the computer doesn't get confused, you want to try your very best to make your variables not the same as anything that might be already in the computer. Like alert here is a command to do the little pop-up thing. Function here tells you when a function is being defined. Return tells you what the function is putting back. Math and floor. Math is a sort of a library type thing. Floor tells you that you want to round down. Random tells you we'll generate a random number from 0 to 1. Anyway, all these things are already part of the are already part of the answer, or sorry, part of the programming. So you want your thing to look different, and how do I do that? I put ZZ in front of like every variable that I think might be a problem. So in this case, we have ZZ answer. So we're storing in ZZ answer the answer or random number. Okay, so the question is, what if we want the user to input a number, and then we'll compare it to this answer, and then guess what? If they have the same number as the answer, we'll give them a prize. And if they don't, we tell them to try again. This is going to be the game that we made today. Alright, here we go. So ZZ answer equals R3, or equals a random number of 3. And then what do? We do this thing called prompt. And now I get to tell you about strings. Okay, so without getting too into technical terms like string, when you want to display just text, you type the text between quotation marks. And I know right now they're like smart quotes, which means the beginning quotation mark and the ending quotation mark are actually not the same. And don't use those. JavaScript will be very confused the web page will be very confused as what you're trying to do if you use those. So make sure you use your old school beginning and ending quotes are the same type characters. Okay, so prompt. What do I want to prompt here? Oh, how about guest, or not guest, please. Guest, please. And I'm going to store that into ZZ guess. And I'm going to parse int it. Parse int basically takes a string, for example. Okay, I'll do a really quick example. Hopefully this will be enough. So the input of a parse int is always a bunch of text. So, for example, my favorite number is 3. If you parse int my favorite number is 3, it will give you 3. It will try to make the first bunch of numbers that looks like an integer and tell you what that first bunch of numbers are. So, my favorite number is 3, or that would just parse it to be 3. I can add 3.14 and 1, let's say. So it'll look through this and it'll just pick up the 3 because it sees a decimal point here. It's like, okay, there's no integer, or there's no numbers after 3. Also, if you do this, it'll only pick up the 31. So that's kind of like a very brief explanation as to what parseInt does. Okay, so we got an answer, we got a guess. How do we know if they are the same? We use the if command. ZZ answer equals yes. Why 3 equations? Why 3 equal signs? Because that's the way JavaScript is made. You have to follow its rules. Some of them are kind of obvious. Other ones are not so much obvious. Oh, by the way, make sure you put semicolons at the end of every command. It it helps the computer by telling the computer what to do. But anyway, so here's if answer equals the guess. So if that's true, we would like to alert. But this time, not 2 plus 2, but you guessed right. Winner. Oops. But let's say you want one where maybe, the answer isn't right. This is how you take the opposite of whatever is inside the parentheses, logically. If the inside the parentheses is the answer yes does equal the guess, then this makes it no. If the answer in the middle is false, is what the technical term is. If the answer in the middle is not true, then it makes it true. And the if says only if all this stuff is true, then run all this stuff. And I copied the guess right part, so we got to change that. So we can't be too negative here. I'm not going to say you are a loser. I'm going to say sorry, try again. So far we have about, I think, 5 or 6 commands here. We have, well, this is technically not a command, but R3. We have parse int, which tells you what the integer is from a string. We have a prompt, which, oh, I haven't shown you what that does yet, but the prompt puts kind of like an alert thing, except it puts a little box for the user to enter whatever they want. So prompt guest please says guest please, or not guest please, and then after that it says it has a little box that you can type stuff in, and when you do type stuff in, this whole prompt is replaced by whatever you type. So for example, if you use the prompt and it comes back as 1 and 3, literally the numeral 1 and then the word and then 3, the numeral, then parseInt will get the 1. Or let's pick a better example. How about like 21 and 31? Then the parseInt will give you 21 if it's written in numerals, not text. Okay, don't put 20-1. Okay, that doesn't work. So anyway, that's the guess. And then you have these if statements, which says if the answer equals the guess, then say you got it right, winner. And if it doesn't, then it says sorry, try again. There's another way to put those two together, but I'm not going to go over it yet. We're just trying to keep it simple so that we know exactly what's going on. So, and then finally I put this function here. So you just have to copy that part. And let's see. Let us hope that this works. Okay, so control save. Let's see if our little game works here. Let's try it. Guess, please. Let's put 1. Nope, it wasn't 1. Try again. I'm going to keep putting 1 until it's 1. Nope, try again. Nope, try again. Oh, dear. Wait, did I put Q that time? Oh, this is not a good sign. Okay, there's something wrong. What did I do wrong? Okay, so this is called debugging, which is another term for trying to find out what went wrong. Okay, so what I'm going to do in this recording is to do this. Guess please. Let's try 1. So it says 3 was the magic number. Is it always 3? No. Ah, finally, I'm a winner. I went through like, I think it was 6 of them, and none of them were right. Okay, so now I'm a winner way more often. I accept this, that I'm a winner now. Okay, so to comment out parts that you use for debugging, you can just use the you can use the slashes again. So interesting. So let's try it again. Guess please 1. Nope. Guess please 1. Yes. Ah, finally. Now 2. Guess please 2. Nope. Guess please 2. Yep. Okay, good. Guess please 3. Nope. Guess please 3 again. Nope. Guess please 3 again. Nope. Guess please 3 one more time, please. Oh dear. Ah, finally, winner. Okay, so I won. That's all that matters. So let's go back and look at the code really quickly. In fact, I'm just going to take the whole thing and copy it. I'm going to change windows. This entitled one is fine. Just so that you can see it all on the same page almost. Flash Maker 18 only, not the crazy one. Alright. Okay, so now I'm going to remove all the comments just so that you can kind of like, well, at least the unnecessary ones. Okay. By the way, the semicolons here tell you when a statement has ended. So the next bunch of text should be the next statement. Let's go with this guy. Oops. Yeah, I think this is short enough. Alright, and I'm going to highlight it and increase the size by a bit. Alright, this is good. Alright, so let's start with the script part. The answer equals R3 picks a random number from 1 to 3. Random whole number from 1 to 3. And then guess tells the computer to prompt guess please. In other words, ask the user for a guess. And then parse it to find the integer in that text. Because prompt always returns text. I'll put it that way. In fact, I think that's much clearer than what I was going to say. Alright, so if the answer equals the guess, you guessed right, winner. If the answer does not equal the guess, then sorry, you have to try again. Here is the function that gives you a random whole number from 1 to 3. Alright. And just for fun, let's try one more time. Let's do stuff until we get a 2. Am I a winner? No, I'm not yet. Sorry, try again, huh? Man, this computer really doesn't like 2s. Ah, there we go. Winner. Alright, this is Brian signing out. Because I think we're done with that program, right? Yeah, so we're done with the program. And there we go. I may see you later. Goodbye.